Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight, Chapter 104, Flag. Rainbow Dash glided over the mountain tops. Her goggles glint with the rising sun of dawn. She veered around the peaks, the raising sharp ridges of stone. Before her, one particular summit stretched high into the troposphere. She pivoted to the north, attempting to go around it. As if a great lethargy had finally overtaken her after so many days and she no longer desired to be daredevilish. However, upon coasting the northeastern edge of the mountain, something caught her eye, a brown streak in her peripheral vision. Curious, she banked hard to the south and came around in a complete circle. She closed in upon the mountains, squinting at the flat surface of rock along the eastern side of the summit. Her breath left her upon making a unique discovery. There was what looked to be an age-old remnants of a campsite. It was obviously not just any campsite, but something that had been deposited upon the topmost portion of the mountain with a great deal of exhausting effort and fatigue. Rima saw the making of a tent, several metal pegs, a crate full of tools, and several bundles of lumber. What was more, there was a flag in the center of the whole mess. It is remarkably well intact. The flag was red, and in the center of the slightly faded canvas was an image of a blue horseshoe, framed with interwoven lengths of green vines and white carnations. Positioned next to the flag was a wooden plaque, and several initials were carved into it, along with a single phrase: "In the name of Marilyn, we make our mark, offering our legacies to the eyes of the cosmic goddesses." Rainbow Dash couldn't help but smirk. She looked around and then saw an abandoned wooden tool crate half submerged in high-altitude frost. She pulled it over and set it next to the plaque. Reaching into her saddlebag, she produced the metal hatchet and began carving into the wooden material until the wood crate read Rainbow Dash. Once her mark had been made, she stepped back with a contented sigh. Hovering with the ease of Pegasus' wings, she gazed down to see what was blemishing the east side of the mountain. She saw a trail of dangling equipment and cords leading down from the Flagstaff summit, down into a hilly area of rocky but navigable topography. It was an extremely rough landscape for a flying mare to transcend, but it had to have been feasibly next to impossible for earth ponies. She suddenly remembered the draw of the landscape, and the delicious challenge of seemingly unreachable goals. It also made her realize something. This was the first sign of civilization in days. After a week of flying over barren, silent mountainsides, it was quite possible that Rainbow was reaching the very edge. She followed the old tracks in the ground, and it led a haphazard but very real trail eastward. As she flew along, she realized that, indeed, the horizon was beginning to even out, and there loomed before her a grand green haze of flat plains and rolling hills. The air grew thicker, moisture gathered into swiftly billowing mists, and a delightful warmth greeted her as she descended. Rainbow Dash took a deep breath, smiled, and raised her goggles as she pierced the very edge of her most recent perilous journeys.